Hi everyone, I'm Austin. Thanks for being here. 2025 was a year where I found myself taking stock of how I spent my time, what I was building, where I am in my career, and what I'd been keeping to myself instead of sharing with the next generation of doers and builders. Not intentionally, just accidentally. A big part of that reflection wasn't just about the projects or the work, it was about the people. Early in my career, I had the kind of mentors you don't fully appreciate until much later in life. The ones who didn't show me what to configure, but how to think. The ones who would stand behind me while I fumbled through a console session. The ones who cared more that I understood why something worked than how quickly I could make it work. Instead of grabbing the keyboard and taking over, they asked questions. I had people who taught me how to read logs like a story, how to diagram a problem before touching anything, how to stay calm when things were on fire, and how to treat every failure as a lesson on improvement. They showed me what this work isn't about, and that's memorizing commands. It's about understanding systems, understanding flow, and understanding the technology, not the product. They also modeled something else: generosity with knowledge. They never acted like information was something to hoard. If you were curious and willing to learn, they would pour time into you. Whiteboard sessions that went way past the end of the day and into the weekends. Explanations that started simply and slowly revealed how deep the rabbit hole really went. Looking back, I realize a lot of what I know now is really just a collection of those conversations, layered over the years. Somewhere along the way, as the projects got bigger and the systems got more complex, I stopped noticing that I had quietly become the exact opposite of what those mentors did for me, and that's explaining the thinking while the work was happening. That's a big part of why this exists. When I look at my own path, it's really just a long, continuous thread that starts with a kid who was obsessed with dial up noises and is currently still obsessed with connecting humans. I still remember the sound of a 56K modem negotiating a connection to the internet. Online used to be a place you went, not a state you lived in. The idea that this ugly beige box in our house could reach someone else, somewhere else, felt like magic. That feeling, it just never really went away. By the early 2000s, that curiosity had turned into a hobby, running Ethernet cables down hallways, saving money to buy black and white closed circuit TV cameras to figure out once and for all, who was this Santa fella? When Wi Fi started to become a thing, it felt like such a leap. The idea that the wires were starting to disappear felt impossible. Data moving through the air didn't make sense to me, which made me want to understand it even more. I've always been more interested in the pipe than what's flowing through it. That curiosity eventually turned into a career, from home networks to enterprise networks, from security cameras to live media, voice systems, video systems, and collaboration platforms, all for companies that consider this stuff mission critical. My early jobs weren't glamorous, but they taught me a lot. Tier 1 support, triaging tickets, running cable, updating diagrams, and replacing switches. Every one of those roles added another layer to how I think about systems. I learned how audio, video, and physical spaces come together to create experiences for people in rooms. From there, I learned how messy real-world networks are and how much documentation matters. Eventually, I learned what it looks like to touch data centers and access layers and see the physical side of infrastructure. Most recently, I had the honor of watching a company grow from 3 to 60 plus people over the course of 10 years. There, I got to cut my teeth on what voice was, where it is currently, and where it's headed. I learned how to balance technical work with business realities and how to translate engineering outcomes customers actually care about, something you can't learn in a classroom. Today, I'm lucky enough to shape the vision and help push forward innovation in all things collaboration for a company in the partner space. My time is spent designing and guiding how organizations communicate. Room systems, hybrid spaces, and contact centers. Systems that work the way humans work instead of the way software assumes they should. On paper, that looks like voice, video, and audiovisual. In practice, it's all about the plumbing that keeps us connected. So when I say this podcast is about the network, I mean it in both senses. The technical network, cables, protocols, APIs, video streams, Wi-Fi, 5G, the list goes on. And the human network, the mentors, the teams, the whiteboarding, the customers, and the people on the other end of the wire. Thanks for joining me on this first one. I've got a lot of builds on the bench and a lot of incredible guests joining us along the way. Stay tuned and let's talk.